Whoa. Was that your stomach I heard rumbling?
Yeah, it was a little embarrassing. I haven't eaten in like days.
Oh my.
I think it's time for me to find some lunch.
Get out of here.
I'll be back later.
Like the moves that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Yes, everybody, welcome in Later with Jason Suel. Thanks for tuning in. Man, it's not Bo, it's Brandon.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Just fabulous being here.
I don't know where Bo is, but I'm happy that you're sitting in the hot seat.
Hey, it's a Fort Smith International Film Festival takeover today.
It is. Hey, let's hear all about it. First of all, man, look at this jacket you got on. I love it.
I have some really fabulous friends. I was on a walk one day. I said, hey, if I brought a jacket, could you put my logo on it? And she made me sparkly.
Look at you. You're sparkling it up. Let's talk about the film festival that's coming up very soon in Fort Smith. Give us the details. What are you featuring? What types of films, first of all?
So if you like a type of film, we have it for you.
Okay.
Like we have all the typicals from your drama to your comedy, but we have LGBTQ. But we're going to be showing 148 films, 48 hours of movies.
Okay.
In just a couple of days. So,
yeah.
So the festival is going to be August 25th and 26th.
Okay.
At Temple Live in Fort Smith.
Right.
And so we got tickets on sale right now at fortsmithfilm.com.
Okay.
And so where else can you go and see 148 movies for $15?
Right. That's a great price.
Yes.
Over 2 days.
Over 2 days, yes.
And do you find that a lot of people, when they buy their tickets, they come and they sit down and they just kind of stay for the whole thing, maybe take a little break? Or do people come out to see one specific film?
You actually have a mix of that. You have people who are like coming in and they're doing choose your own adventure, because when you have that many films, you can't watch them all. But that's why the next weekend after that, we have a virtual version of the festival.
Man, you got it all. So you can get your tickets right now for all of those events, right? Brandon, thanks for sticking around. I don't know where Bo is, but we're going to see if we can find him.
Up.
That's right, because he's going to want to show up for what's coming up on the show. We got Sunshine joining us. She's going to be talking about all the things that she's doing here in Northwest Arkansas. She'll be in the hot seat in just a moment. We also have the band The Flims joining us from Fayette Tunes. Fayetteville Public Television filmed that video right here in the studio. And then down there at our chef's table, we've got Chef Brandy joining us. What do we got down there, Chef?
Today we are going to be making a golden raisin mostarda dressing, and that is going to be served on some lettuce today.
Ooh, I feel like we're taking it up a notch here. That sounds good. You going to stick around to eat some of that too?
For sure. I need to be eating healthy.
That's right. This is the opportunity to do it. And you stick around as well. We got a lot of fun coming up. It's all happening later. Yes, we're down here at the chef's table. Chef Brandy Barnes joining us, the fermentation queen.
Yeah,
as
just in time for lunch.
That's right. All across the region, people call you the fermentation queen, right?
Yeah. It's pretty well known that way.
Yes.
I would say.
What have you got for us today?
I smell a lot of vinegar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That was me.
Oh, it's that new soap.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we've got a lot of jars and it looks like secrets.
Yes. So we're going to reveal this secret here in a second. But kind of starting over
I smell
here.
this secret. Yeah, secret's out.
Pretty hard to miss. It is very fragrant, I would say.
What's this one?
So this guy is a hot sauce that I just made with a fermented Thai chili.
Ooh.
So it has...
Can I taste it?
Oh my gosh,
I knew
please.
you were going to taste
It might...
Just going to get a giant spoonful of hot sauce.
Wow, you are so brave.
Sweet.
I'm curious how this is gonna
As sweat pours from his
It
forehead.
keeps going.
That's good.
My mouth is still a little tingly.
Yes.
But we're good. I mean, what are the carrots and
carrots.
the other raisins for?
Yes, so the carrots are lacto-fermented carrots. So I let these ferment for about 1 week.
Okay.
And they were in a lacto brine.
So what is a lacto brine? Like, what makes it lacto? Is it like a milk something or another?
You know, you would think that, but it's actually not. So
Okay.
when you put things into a brine, you're basically creating 2 to 3% salt solution.
Okay.
And then you are slicing or cutting or just leaving whole whatever you have and just throwing it in the jar, letting it do its thing, making sure that it has a little bit of oxygen exposure, but just letting it sort of like start bubbling up and like get a little bit of extra flavor to it.
Yeah.
And then that takes about 5 days, sometimes a little bit longer. And then after 5 days, I pulled these off of ferment, threw them in my fridge, and they've been in there for the past month. So the cold doesn't actually totally stop that process, but it slows it down.
Okay.
So
Chills it out.
they're still active. They're still alive. They're still
Ooh.
doing their thing.
So yeah, that's the thing is they're creatures, right? And they're doing they're eating the sugars
Yes.
and then pooting out gases that
Thank you. So
make
eloquent.
that make the yummy stuff that we eat.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just
super-
poots.
Super delicious farts, right?
What did I just eat?
A super delicious fart.
Yeah, I may have. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just science.
So this is just another way of curing things. The grapes just start off just regular old grapes, and then I put them in a 50-50 mixture of salt and sugar, laid that out in the refrigerator for about like a week, and then next thing I know, that is what came out.
those aren't your grandma's raisins.
Right. No. Okay, so you said earlier we're going to make a mostardo dressing,
Yes.
right? Should we get into that now before we reveal this, or is it
Yes.
time to reveal
Well,
this?
we're going to
We have a
reveal
lettuce.
this along
Okay.
with...
Along with it. All right.
Along with?
with it.
Okay, this is the big reveal.
Yeah,
okay.
this is the big reveal. So we're going to start by making this golden mostarda dressing by just grabbing some olive oil.
You're gonna put it in this?
Yes, we
Okay.
are. Do you want to hold it for
Yeah,
me?
here, let's move this here so we can
Love
Sounds like a
that.
Show it.
super villain in like a Pixar animated.
Evil Mostardo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does.
Okay. I feel like you have to like have a mustache and do a little twirl when you say that. Okay, so what are we starting with again?
So this is olive oil.
So
Sorry, I was
approximately a
thinking
whole
about evil Mostardo.
bottle.
It's definitely a thing to think about.
Okay,
Don't
yeah.
let Disney steal that idea.
I know, right?
It's too late.
Copyright.
They've already
I
been
know,
watching.
right? So
Ooh.
The
next,
reveal.
Here
Dun,
comes
dun,
the reveal.
dun.
Woo! Here
Whoa.
she is.
White
Chilled
wine.
monkey brains.
Yes. It looks like goopy pancakes.
It does, doesn't it? So those are actually cellulose structures that are built by the acetobacter and the glutonobacter.
I
That
have no idea what you just.
I know.
Engage.
Yeah. Thank you, Captain Picard.
So basically, the acid builds these little cellulose structures that
Okay.
then turns into these big floppy pancakes. That
Scobies.
yes, so scobies are in kombucha.
Kombucha.
This guy is called a mother of vinegar.
A Scooby.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It would just give it another name. That sounds like Scoby.
Like
Yeah.
the Scoby and then the Shaggy, maybe. we
Yes,
could call
Oh,
we'll
the
call
Shaggy.
these the Shaggies.
I like-
Zoinks.
Yeah. All right. So what do we do with this?
Okay.
You're gonna put it in?
Yes, so we're going to take this guy. Here we go.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's easy to
Yes.
smell.
Aromatic.
Easy to smell. So this has been fermenting since April, and I add just little bits of like
More food for
Yeah.
it.
yeah, more
Okay.
food
You gotta
for
feed
it.
it.
And all you have to do for that is if you have any leftover wine at home,
I
you just
don't
Yeah, yeah,
usually,
he
but
Who has leftover
I
wine?
know, right? But if you happen to have some that just got stashed away in a dark corner
Okay.
and then you stumble upon it much, much later and don't want to drink it,
beat it.
you can take it and then you boil it down to where it's like 2/3 of what it used to be.
Okay.
So that just concentrates those sugars a little
Sure.
bit better, burns off the alcohol, and
Okay.
it makes the fermentation process go a little bit faster.
Okay.
And then you just plop it in there when it's nice and cool.
Okay.
Beat
And
it.
then just it creates these nice little floppy pancakes for
Yeah,
you.
well,
Little
let's-
Scooby
It's like
snacks.
a weird little Tamagotchi or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
go.
So you
So-
put some of the goo in there.
Thank you. Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah, just putting a lot in there. You want that nice, like, big flavor. We're also going to be adding some honey
Honey.
to this
Is
guy.
that fermented honey?
It is not, but you
Okay.
can ferment honey.
Okay.
And
I just
can
assumed
ferment
everything
You
was
can.
fermented on this
Yeah.
table.
Fermentation
Fermented
queen
salt, fermented
knows.
honey.
you can do whatever you want. Fermentation is pretty magical. So we're going to put the honey in, And then
some of these.
You have these like little things that
So, yeah, that little black thing.
Yeah, so this is actually a long pepper. This was just in there for some nice flavor. And there was a bay leaf in there also for flavor.
Right.
Might be a little...
That's a little crunchy.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's earthy. Because it tastes, it's like wood or something. I don't know. It's not bad.
I like my food to taste like wood.
Yeah.
So, great.
I mean, I've eaten worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen it on this show.
So
Okay,
we're
just
gonna,
the whole thing.
Dump it all in
just
there.
gonna put that whole thing in there.
What's little frog eggs?
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
This
And
is
then-
really, all our beautifully descriptive words like farts
are-
and Scoobies and frog eggs.
Really talking up my food.
You can make
here.
this at home.
Yeah.
So the reason that you want to put the onion on the top is because we are putting this guy, our blades, close to it.
Got it.
So anytime you want to make a nice dressing that emulsifies really well, you basically want to put your onions, your garlic, any sort of allium you have as close to the blade as possible.
Oh, great tip.
Chop
I like
it up.
that. I've been doing that wrong all these years.
Well, now you know.
Now I know.
Now you know. So then we're going to take
Let's
this
get it.
guy.
It says professional on it.
It's the most professional thing I have. Most professional smoothies in the morning. All right,
And
then-
are they fermented?
Voila.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Mostardo.
Can you do
Evil Mostardo is out.
It looks like milk.
Does
Yeah.
kind of. Maybe we should try it just to make sure it's not milk.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
find another spoon. I don't want to double dip. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does it need
Oh
anything?
my god, that's so
Who
good.
are you, the queen?
It doesn't taste like farts at all.
Okay.
Like
They
that's
disappear.
amazing. That's actually super super good.
Good. I'm glad you like
Yeah.
it.
All right, let's serve it up.
We just do this.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Little splash in there.
Can I get a little more of a splash?
Oh yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
you
because
like
that's
it a
it's
whole
really
lot.
good
Yeah.
Yes.
Here, let me just.
Chef-
and probably
why
good
not?
for me.
It
All
is
right.
really good for you.
As we go to break, we're going to get to try this. Bo, go ahead and get your grub on.
Mm.
Thank you for joining us
course.
and showing us all of this great fermentation, bringing some science to the show today. We
Yeah.
appreciate you and your time.
Thank
good.
you.
Stick around. We got more happening later.
I've been a puppet for so long. You can't see the strings anymore. They keep pulling me up, but my body weighs heavy. It pulls me down, and my skin is stretching. Yeah, these strings keep pulling and pulling, pulling. Me up, pulling my elbows in the air, putting product in my hair, pulling my cheeks into my eyes, pulling my knees above my thigh. Now I'm dancing, now I'm waving, now I'm behaving. I felt like a clown for so long. But I can't help it. My hands they keep painting and painting and painting and painting and painting and painting and painting. My fingers they keep making balloon creatures so that you're entertained.
back, everybody. Welcome back. We've got Sunshine Broder joining me down here in the hot seat. So
I
great
am.
to see you, Sunshine.
It is. It's a little warm, but
Yes.
I'm trying to. I
Yes.
can handle it. I think I can handle
You
it.
can totally
Okay.
handle it.
All
And we
right.
got,
I got
of course,
this.
Bo's over at the podium.
Howdy,
talking to
howdy.
us as well. Sunshine, you do so much in Northwest Arkansas. I can't even name all of the things, and I wonder if you even can.
No, not really. When we started to talk about it a minute ago, I was like trying to, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, and
then,
yeah,
and then, and
I,
this, and
you
that,
know,
and that.
right, you know, what are you gonna do? I
Yeah.
just keep myself entertained.
We are hosting events all over Northwest Arkansas, and you always have stuff happening at the distillery in Rogers.
Yes.
Tell us about that one.
Well, that is actually a ton of fun. It is something that's really great for like groups and even just a date night.
Yeah.
Because I'll razz you, and then like you really get to know each other when you have an outside force. I
Yes.
feel like it's basically me. I take you around to show you how the liquor is made. We talk about what the different components are. There's a little science in it.
Bo,
Yeah.
I know that you like their alcohol as well down
I
there at
do.
Fox Trail. So tell us what your thoughts are.
I mean, Foxtrail's great. It's, because there's not a lot of distilleries in this part of the state. And it's nice to have one right in our backyard. I mean, they have that great coffee liqueur. They've got that limoncello they make. They got Boxley. They've got Wild Parallel. I mean, they've just got some really cool stuff. And their cocktail program, like Trey, what a wizard.
Yes, yeah. The Wild Parallel is one of my favorites. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mine too. The toasted is my favorite.
Yeah, you like the toasted?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so you have that going on. Obviously, at Cheap Thrills,
Yes.
you're managing there.
Yes.
Great vintage clothes store
Yes.
just off the square downtown Fayetteville.
We just had our 31st birthday.
Wow.
I know, right? In 1992, Harriet Wells opened it on Block Street. It was only there for about 4 years, and now we have been over there for all time and eternity.
Yeah.
And we're having so much fun. We're about to put together a huge back to school sort of like photo shoot and layout. And like, if you know, you go to Cheap Thrills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you just
and
do.
you again talking about hosting things. You've done, what was it? Pride, which was a big deal.
Yes.
You did
Yes.
Fashion Week.
Yes.
That was a big deal
Yes.
as well.
Bentonville Bike Fest.
Bentonville Bike Fest,
Which is a ton of fun.
Yes, I agree.
You wouldn't think necessarily that I'm be the person to do that, but it's really fun and it's gorgeous to see everyone out have a big time. There's people from all over the world that
Absolutely,
come to it.
because Kenny, who kind of
Yes.
organizes the thing,
Yes.
he's Belgian, right? And he
Yes.
brings in all of these European and international
Yes.
superstars who
Yes.
do that sort of biking for that specific event.
Yeah, it's really insane, and it's really, they're some of the most amazing humans to get to work with. People who love what they do, it just emanates from them, and it just makes everything better.
Yes.
So love what you do.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a
Yes.
great tip.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It really is.
What about, this is a question I've been wondering. We're talking in the break. Cat person, dog person?
Well, I presently am a dog person.
Okay.
Penny is my life companion, chosen life companion, and she's a mini Aussie.
Oh, how adorable.
But I had cats. I had cats and dogs growing up. And then, you go to college, you do all the stuff, and you're going out a lot. You don't need that responsibility. So I had a cat.
Right. They
Or
kind of take
two.
care of themselves.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And they're, I like their sort of that a little bit of sassy attitude.
Yes.
Yeah, but one day, I had somebody approach me and pulled a cat hair off me, and they were like, "You have a cat?" And I was like, "I have two." And they were like, "Fear of commitment."
Oh, judgy.
And I was like, "Excuse me, you don't even," and I try to get into it. They're like, "Get a dog, talk to me later." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Whatever." So I go to my best friends, and my best friend and I were chatting, and I was like, "I've been thinking, maybe I'll get a dog." And they were like, "No,
No, not for you.
too big of a commitment."
Yeah.
Which meant
Which
I
meant you
had
fear
to
of
get it.
Yes, you
I
had to.
had
It was a
to.
challenge. Challenge accepted.
And then I've had dogs ever since.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. So currently
Yeah.
in the dog camp,
Yeah.
not that there has to be
I'm
a
not-
conflicting
That's
interest,
That's
right?
true. I feel like there's a war here.
Right.
We've segregated this. It's binary, and
Right.
it doesn't have to be.
Have them both.
Right. We just love.
If people want to keep up with things that you have going on or kind of just want to know more, what's the best way to do that?
The best way to keep up with me is probably Instagram at Listen to Sunshine, just as it is. Because, I talk a lot,
Yeah.
and I just want you to pay all your attention. I mean, I'm an only child. I have a degree in theater. It's why I do what I do. Is
You
so
have a
people
need
will
for
listen.
the eyes and ears.
Listen to
Yes,
me.
yes.
Yes. So that's probably your best way to do it. Sunshine Broder on Facebook. It gets like the dregs of my Instagram. And always, please come and visit me. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm
Right.
at Cheap Thrills. I will fit you for the best pair of vintage jeans you've ever put on your little bottom.
Sunshine,
Right.
thanks for joining
You're
us.
so welcome.
Filling us in. You got so much going on. We appreciate your
Always a
time.
pleasure.
Appreciate your time, too. Stick around. We do have more happening later.
Celebrating 10 seasons all year long on Later with Jason Suel.
Yes, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can find us out there on your social media platforms or send us an email over at laterwithjasonsewell.com. And before we get out of here, we got to thank all of these great guests, including Sunshine Broder. Thank you so much for joining us, Sunshine.
Thank you.
Yes.
Of course, the fermentation queen, Brandy, for bringing us all this lovely food.
Oh, so good. And Brandon Chates Goldsmith joining us from the Fort Smith International Film Festival. Thanks, Brandon.
And the Flims!
The Flims. That's our show. We'll see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Let's ferment.